Hi everyone, I'm doing a video because I'm in the middle of decorating, so excuse the state of me, but it's just bugging me. I'm feeling like just a bit frustrated, I suppose. I'm posting publicly on my Facebook page every day about things that are hidden from us. So, I mean, we'll see the truth. Well, lots of it is going to come out shortly. I mean, lots of it has been coming out, so I've been posting it. If you are still stuck on the mainstream narrative on what is on your TV, get off of it, turn the television off. I don't mean to be like self-righteous or bossy. I can't help that, it's part of me. But turn the fucking television off. Turn on your computer and have good research. There is so much information out there. I get really frustrated when I see people spouting mainstream news. It's bollocks. We've been lied to for so long. I haven't watched news for years. I see snippets of it just to keep up with the lies we're being fed. And I am not a conspiracy theorist. I look at all the different information out there and I make my own mind up because I trust myself. I'm connected spiritually. I'm connected. I don't need anyone else telling me what's what. Obviously, we all need information. You know, I love learning. I love reading. I've always loved it. I've been posting a lot. The brave people like the posts. The people who have their eyes open and know what's going on like the posts or they comment. The really brave ones share them. And the people that are starting to wake up are messaging me privately. And I thank you for that. I think it's amazing. And people are always more than welcome to message me. I don't mind that at all. But also write it on your page. Share it. What are you scared of? That people around you might think you're crazy? That people around you might not agree with you? Who cares? Who gives a toss? I'm sorry for swearing, but I'm so irritated. I want to get my irritation and frustration out of the way. So please, people, don't see things that are conspiracy theories and turn off or not look at it. Start to look at some of the stuff. It might take you a while. Waking up takes a bloody long time. And that sounds condescending in itself, saying that people are asleep, but you are. Some of you are asleep. Please start to read a little bit more other than the mainstream narrative, please. Do yourselves a favour, because you're going to have to wake up at some point because all the truth's coming out and it's going to come out big time. So do yourselves a favour and start now. It's not doing you a favour shutting down and pretending none of this is happening. I know if you have mental health problems or anxieties or fears, I know it's tough. I'm not made of steel, you know, but we've got to face it. I want to live in a better world. I want to leave a better world for my child. So I could cry now. It's a hard day for me. I lost my dad, so it gets to me sometimes. But anyway, we need to leave a better world for our kids. So, it's tough. It gets to me too. But it's the truth and we need to talk about it. We need to help each other out with it. We need to share news. Please, guys, if you see something that rings true in your heart, share it. Don't just see it and go, oh, wow, that was interesting. Share it. What are you scared of? Anyway, going back to people suffering with mental health, anxieties, all of the rest of that, that is down to a disconnection. I've seen lots of clients, especially like more recently before this lockdown, I've seen clients, sorry, my hand's a bit shaky, I'm obviously emotional. I've seen clients and their main issues that I've been seeing sort of up until we were locked down were disconnection. People are struggling because they're disconnected. They've got no backup battery. Yeah, we're running on empty. People are running on empty. And you need to be disconnected. And, you know, we don't even have to talk religion and spirituality. What is spirituality? Put organised religion out the window for a minute. Get rid of it for a second. Look at energy from a starting viewpoint, energy. We are all energy. If we don't top ourselves up, we become drained, yeah? You can top yourself up by putting your phone down and all your gadgets and getting out there and walking on the ground. That's one way of dissipating energy from your body. We also need to connect. So I'm going to do some more teaching. I'll put a stop in it because, you know, I'm going through all my own awakenings as well. I mean, I know lots of it, but I'm finding stuff that is horrific and that I'm not posting because it's too much. Some people won't be able to handle it, and I don't want to do that to you. So do some digging for yourself. But spiritual connection, energetic connection is so vital for you to know your own truth. It's vital. And it's vital in order for you to be able to handle it, because it comes from a place of love, which is not what all of this that's going on at the moment comes from. It's all fear, control, manipulation. It's awful. But aside from that, I just wanted to get all my angers and frustrations out of the way. There's some really good stuff going to be happening. I said to my mum and my husband this morning, what a great time to be alive. Despite the shit that's going on right now and the grieving and the loss that some of us have to endure and the losing businesses and the starvation and everything else worldwide. This is not a negative video, by the way. It's got a positive outcome. But I said to my mum and my husband, what an amazing time to be alive right now. We are so lucky because we were born into a lie. Everything that we've known is bullshit. Not everything, but you know, the world that we're in. So what a good time to be alive. You're going to see things come out. You think I might be crazy? I don't care. You're going to see some stuff come out. You're seeing it now if you're looking. What a great time to be alive, because our kids and us that are still here, we are going to see a different world. And I can't wait to go back to a new, different normal, because lots of people, we're not going to go back to our old normal, thank God. Anyway, I have got the Oracle deck here. Excuse my painty hands. That's what I've been doing for days and days. I've got the Oracle deck here, the Earth Warriors Oracle, which I seem to be stuck on. I seem to be working with, you know, in my healing path and stuff, and the treatments that I offer. I often treat people that are healers. So I want to help the Earth Warriors out there, and all of us can be Earth Warriors, absolutely all of us. You just got to open your eyes a little bit and be strong enough to take on board the information that's coming to you, and to not sit there and dwell on it, but to move forward. So I know in my heart that things are going to be fine. I promise. Things are going to be fantastic. So I pulled a couple of cards out. I shuffled and they fell out. I do it every morning. I pull out, I generally ask for one for myself, and then I ask one for the greater consciousness, for humanity. So I shuffled and these two cards fell out, and I'm going to read them to you because they're beautiful and we all need to hear the message. So I can't flip my camera, can I? So you're going to have to look at me while I read them. Sorry, and I'm in my vest top and my boobs are probably on show a bit. I apologise, but hey ho, who cares? Right, so here we go. Right, let's just move that off of the photographs. So that's a really unflattering view, but who cares? So here we go. Now the first card that fell out was this one. Let's see if you can see it. What a stunning image. It shows that pattern above the head. That shows a connection, without even looking in the book to read it to you. That shows the connection that we all have to the greater consciousness, the universe, God's light, whatever you want to call it. That is the connection, and we all need that connection. Some people are they've lost that connection. They've become disconnected. That's the issue that people are having with not being awake. So there is also a pattern on the third eye, your intuition, clear sight. People are starting to see, and I'm so chuffed. And look at that stunning massive butterfly at the bottom. The stunning massive butterfly shows transformation. And look at that light just above the butterfly, which is near the crown chakra and near the thymus chakra. So I believe this is about people finally following their soul path, their true voice, and being able to communicate and speak out. I've always been very spiritual, always known that things aren't right. I mean, we all know that things aren't right in the world, but crikey. But known that something really deep is going on. I'm chuffed it's coming out now, I really am. And I'm sorry for anyone else that's going through struggles, but this is necessary. So, as I've said before, the greater consciousness is the The planet is ascending. It's running at higher vibration, and lies, corruption, dishonesty, all of those things cannot survive in that higher vibration, and they're being cleared out now. Hallelujah. So I'm going to read this to you. It says on there, Palikamana, medicine of the butterfly Kachina. I hope I'm pronouncing things right. Here we go. On wings of hope, butterfly Kachina guides you through an ending to the light of new life within. It is your transition into a happier time of increased pleasure and delight, especially if you have experienced great struggle or loss. The spirit medicine of butterfly brings hopeful promise to your heart. Here is your sign that there will be happiness, peace and light. Trust in the goodness being birthed. And apparently, excuse me if you can hear singing in the background, that's my husband in the kitchen singing. And here we go. An apparently lost cause or shattered dream was a necessary part. I might cry here because this is so unreal. An apparently lost cause or shattered dream was a necessary part of your transformational journey. I'm not being funny, but all our dreams are kind of being shattered right now, aren't they? All of us being kept at home and anyway. What was sacrificed can be reborn into something even more beautiful. You are not meant to turn to the past. It cannot support you in the way it once did. Trust that you have the inner resources to handle what is happening within you and in your life. You are moving towards a significant psychological, emotional, and perhaps also physical breakthrough and transformation. You may have an inner sense of discomfort, signalling that something new is unfolding within. It is natural to initially feel a little awkward or uncertain in the face of the unfamiliar. I'm going to have to pause you because someone's knocking at the door. Hang on. I'm so sorry about that. Where were we? Right, here we go. You have an inner sense of discomfort, signalling that something new is unfolding within. It is natural to initially feel a little awkward or uncertain in the face of the unfamiliar. This is a good sign of change stirring from within. Allow nature to take its course. Trust in what is happening. Even whilst you don't fully understand it, it will turn out beautifully in the end, which will also happen to be a new beginning. So that's so exciting. There are moments when even those of us with great courage feel tested beyond our faith. Believe me, that happens. My faith is so strong, and that's why I'm so strong. People say, God, you're strong. I am bloody strong. Doesn't mean things don't hurt me. It means I get up, I brush myself off and I move forward. Doubt, darkness and despair can creep into our minds and lash our hearts with fear. Perhaps there seems to be a good reason for our pain. The loss of a loved one, a cherished hope dashed, disturbing human behaviour. That stuff I'm not even posting. The state of the environment or some other unexpected and painful shock. There may be no particular reason for it, and yet we are somehow gripped by feelings of anxiety or despair that we cannot resolve no matter how hard we try. The healing soul medicine of the butterfly Kachina comes to you now to alleviate your suffering, to remind you that everything you have gone through has been part of what has been made you strong, compassionate and wise. When all seems lost, perhaps especially then, our soul needs the gift of seeing the light. Love and wisdom of great spirit at work behind all things, at all times, always reaching out to us and always offering love. The soul needs faith, and hope, like the body, needs air to breathe. Faith keeps the soul alive and well. You do not have to regret anything that's happened. You do not have to judge yourself or any other, or wish that things had been different. You have not missed out. You have not messed up. You have been learning and growing, what is required from you now is a willingness to let it all fall away, because the person you once were actually no longer exists. You may not fully realise it yet. Like the butterfly trying to crawl on the ground like a caterpillar, you may mourn the loss of your old caterpillar ways. Yet, if you take a moment to witness yourself anew now, you'll realise you're not the person from 2 years or 10 years ago. You can then open to the gifts that Butterfly Kachina is bringing to you now. Well-being, new life, vibrancy, freedom and happiness. If you have been working hard on an issue, on yourself or on a cause in the world, and it seems to be going nowhere, Butterfly Kachina reminds you that in the divine alchemy of transformation, things sometimes appear to be going backwards as they move forward. It is the way of things. After summer there is autumn and then winter, all of which indicate progress towards the next spring. If you didn't understand the creative purpose and regenerative nature of the seasons, you might be frightened by the winter, concerned that it signified the world was ending. With knowledge of the sacred feminine wisdom of the seasons, you are not afraid of winter. You see it as an essential part of life. You may even learn to nurture and restore yourself during that time, gaining conscious benefit and appreciation for it. If you feel you're in a spiritual or emotional winter in your life, have hope. The soul unfolds according to seasons, just as nature does. Let your heart and mind rest in trust that life is growing your soul into its beautiful fulfillment. Healing process. Butterfly takes us out of seriousness and into childlike joy. Is there something that you used to love to do as a child? Is there some activity that makes you feel healthily childlike, perhaps laughing at funny animal videos or going for a walk in nature? Colouring in or pulling a hula hoop out of the back of the wardrobe, playing drums on the pots and pans, singing or dancing in your lounge. Take some time to be with your inner child and be engaged completely in this present moment. When you are ready, say this prayer aloud. I'm going to say it for you. Just have a listen and be mindful. I give thanks for the sacred soul medicine of the butterfly Kachina to the ever-renewing power of life. I honour all that I've been through, for it has brought me to this moment. Now I am strong, wise, compassionate and empowered. I accept life and I am ready for the rebirth that is happening now in my own soul and in the world. May divine love support successful transitions for our world. May all beings move into love, freedom, peace and happiness. I embrace this moment, so be it. 1 sec. I keep getting interrupted. How powerful is that card? I hadn't read that, literally had flown out of the pack, and I thought, I read it, Medicine of the Butterfly, and I saw the picture and knew what it meant. But they're so powerful, these cards. There's another one that fell out that I'm going to read to you, because if it fell out, I need to read it to you. So here we go. I've not even looked at this card. That's so beautiful. So here we go, butterfly in it again, transformation. Power of the good, this card is called. Look at the strength of the tiger and the fight of the tiger. Beautiful. Nature. Let's see what it says. 15. Let me know if this means something to you. I don't care if you do it privately or whatever. Share it, not for me. It's not about ego. I couldn't give a toss. But if more people can get a message that they need to hear, then that's amazing. So share it if you feel you can. Right. Excuse pronunciations, I might not get it right. This is Ajna Durja, power of the good. You need never lose faith in the power of good. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in this world. You need never believe that you're alone or without divine protection. You need never fear evil. The third eye of the Divine Mother sees all things, is ever watchful and ever just. She births through holy vision the manifest power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now. Trust her. I'm just going to add something in, because it's something that came up when I was reading before, but I didn't want to stop reading. God, they're noisy out there. People say if there was a God, there would be no evil in this world. There'll be no injustice. That's humans for you. That's humans. That's disconnected humans. Not all disconnected humans are evil, they're not. But the light, no shadows can survive in pure light. You put a light down, no shadows can be cast there. So anyhow, I'm going to carry on. Believe in the power of the divine to keep an eye on things for you. Trust that power to alert you when you need to know something or to understand what is happening in your life and what you need. How strange, eh? Even if you aren't so sure of that of yourself at times. Let me just tell you now. I'm going to tell you, I don't give a shit how mad I sound. I don't even know how long ago it was. When did Dad go? April, May... 6-7 weeks ago. I don't even remember if it was before Dad or after Dad passed, but I've seen spirits since I was a child. I'm very connected. I pick up on loads of stuff psychically, people's health stuff. So it's not abnormal for me. So I was in the garden. This is going to sound a bit much for some of you. And I was looking up at the sky and I could see demons in the sky, in the clouds. Yeah? Don't care if you think I'm nuts. I saw it for days and it was really disconcerting. And I was like, well, what is going on here? So I have a constant narrative going on with divine, with the light, whatever. And I was like, I tell you, if the light is going to win, you better show me now, because this is tough to take. Because bear in mind, I've been reading for a very long time and know the bigger picture of what's happening. I've learned other stuff too. So anyhow, I looked up at the sky and within 2 seconds, literally I was asking the angelic and the light, if the light's going to win, show me right now. And immediately, all of those faces in the sky, I mean, they were clear. They weren't just patchy making out a nose and an eye and all that rubbish. And they literally disappeared in seconds. That for me was enough to know that everything's going to be all right. And I trust it. And that's what this is talking about. If you're connected and you have a connection to yourself, your higher self, your soul, the divine, trust it. It's all you need. And just because you trust and have faith that everything's going to be all right, doesn't mean you can sit back and do nothing. Yeah? Because as I've explained before in videos that I've done, there is, this isn't about coronavirus. This isn't about governments. Not really. This is a much bigger picture of light and dark and power. And I've lost my track. This is a much bigger picture. That's what I was going to say. And the spiritual war, because that's what this is won already. But in energy always comes first and it ends up in the physical, which is the densest energy. Yeah. So the spiritual war is won and it's now playing out in the physical. But, you know, I've seen people that say, oh, you know, love and light and only focus on the good. Yeah, we have to keep our focus on the good, but it doesn't mean ignoring the shadows. We have to acknowledge those shadows. It's like if something traumatic has happened to you, you don't just go, oh, love and light and move on and oh, concentrate on the good. You have to deal with those emotions. You have to work through them. You have to acknowledge that that's happened and work through it and let it go so it doesn't affect you again. So you have to acknowledge and deal with the shadows in yourself and everywhere in order to heal. Healing's not an easy thing. It's tough. Anyway, I'm going on. So, where were we? Right, here we go. I'm just going to start from here. Believe in the power of the divine to keep an eye on things for you. Trust that power to alert you when you need to know something or understand what's happening in your life and what you need, even if you aren't so sure of that yourself at times. Be active in contesting negativity. Be active. The moment you feel something isn't coming from love, acknowledge it immediately. You don't have to make it about you or analyse it. Use your divine connection to deal with it promptly and effectively. Call for divine support in all things. You will not divert help away from someone else if you ask for it yourself. When you allow yourself to be helped, this empowers your path, which in turn helps all beings. Divine assistance is always there for you unconditionally. If you are not thinking the best thoughts, divine support will correct your thoughts. Never hesitate to call for that support. It is your greatest ally. Give up your attachment to past experiences of rejection and abandonment so that you can open up to how much the divine loves you and can help you. Practice feeling the confidence and unconditional trust in a higher power, knowing it is stronger than all else. In the Hindu pantheon of divine beings, Durga shines bright as a powerful warrior goddess and protector of the good and true. She is the unified potency of all divine forces of goodness against negativity and evil, an icon for independence and divine power of the light. Durga, or Durga, not too sure, is the solar mother who shines light, restores order and protects the human soul by destroying impurities such as jealousy, hatred, anger and selfishness. She is creative, inventive, responsive and powerful. Once a particularly adept demon looked like he was getting the upper hand in a battle with her, so Durga promptly birthed Kali out of her third eye. Kali, the black goddess, ferociously destroyed the demon immediately. Durga is the invincible one. The Sanskrit word Durga means fort, a place that is protected in battle and unable to be overcome. Durga's power animal is the tiger, indicating her unlimited power to protect virtue and destroy evil. She is bright, she is swift, she is unconquerable goodness. When Durga comes into view, you have been fighting against negative energies at some level of your being, whether obviously in the world, this is unreal, or more deeply within your own soul. And I think we're all doing that. You know, everyone is feeling this. If you do not acknowledge this, you may fall prey to unnecessary confusion and self-doubt, believing that the issue is solely a psychological matter to deal with. Rather, it is a spiritual issue. This is unreal, isn't it? A spiritual issue requiring divine intervention and protection, which is now offered to you. It's helpful to remember that evil is not about people, but about the forces that operate through them with ill intent. Durga is an inextinguishable light, and she is rising within you now. Her presence reminds you of the light that is divine and true, and therefore cannot ever be subject to any lesser power such as hate, fear, jealousy, spite or greed. No matter how intimidating an opponent or situation may seem, they are no match for the sacred rage of the divine goddess of light and justice, who vanquishes the evil that haunts their souls and perpetrates distress. Durga is your ally, your divine weapon, your refuge and your vital energy for sacred purpose. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated. You can be confident within yourself and go about your work. You need not explain yourself or justify your actions to anyone other than divine and your own heart. Do not turn away from any obstacle. Believe in the power of the divine to clear the path for you, and the path shall be cleared. Believe that you are held in the fort of divine light. Let that confidence and trust in the divine goddess of goodness radiate out of you like a shining sun that fills your heart, your mind and your belly. If your confidence is diminished because of past attacks or encounters with those who are so toxic that they cannot or will not recognise the difference between constructive communication and verbal, emotional, psychic or physical abuse, then take heart. You are blessed with divine intervention, protection and healing. Your confidence and sense of personal and spiritual power shall be fully restored and will actually increase through this experience of healing. You shall discover the peace and confidence that comes from the realisation that love can never be conquered. This is a short healing process for you. I'm going to say it aloud. Just be mindful of what the words are. Unconditionally loving light of Durga, bless my endeavours and relationships with your divine light and protection. Hold me in the fort of divine goodness where I am unharmed. Your beauty and truth shine light into any darkness, keeping me safe and blessed in grace. May your divine justice prevail. So be it. Oh, it's going to get me to chant now. Here we go. It says, say or sing this chant for as many times as feels good. So I'm going to say it and give it to you and you can go off and do it. So it's Om Doom Durga Ye Nam Aha. Om Doom Durga Ye Nam Aha. Om Doom Durga Ye Namaha. So there's a nice chant for you to say. Place your hands firmly on your belly and then on your heart. Pause for a moment. Then bow your head with your hands in prayer. You've completed your healing process. How amazing is this? I just want to put out as well that I am in constant narrative with spirit. It's how I live my life. Archangel Michael's, since I've known that energy existed, that light being existed, I've just known that that energy is with me and I call upon Archangel Michael a lot. I had a reading with an amazing medium, Nikki Allen, some time ago, a few months ago. And the first thing she said to me was, I've got Archangel Michael standing in front of me. And she said, he said he hears you. It's going to make me cry again. Unreal. So don't think that this stuff is airy-fairy, that just because you can't see it, it's made up. It is so tangible, it's so unreal. Once you become more sensitive, if you're not already, you can feel presences around you. And I ask for Archangel Michael's protection every night. I ask for protection over my son first, and my family, and my home, and all the rest of my family and friends. I even do it over my village, my town, and I sometimes, when I feel it's really needed, go out worldwide. And the interesting thing since this has been happening is that I have noticed when I'm calling Archangel Michael that I almost can't feel him as strong. which I've questioned. And it's not because, you know, that energy, Archangel Michael, the whole world could be pulling on that energy all at once, and it's fine. You're not taking it away from someone else. But it's so obvious that protection is going on for the whole planet right now that I feel slightly less of it, and I'm happy with that because I don't need it as much as other people need it, and I'm chuffed with that. So call upon Archangel Michael. The strength and protection you will get, you don't have to keep begging for it. You can say it just in your head. You can just say, Archangel Michael, please place protection around me. Simple as that. So I hope you found that helpful. And I just felt pulled to do that in the middle of decorating, looking like I am. Anyway, I can't wait to see you guys again, if I know you and, you know, and you're part of my life. I miss you all. I love you all. And keep that love in your heart. Please look at my videos on YouTube because it will help you. You know, I've done grounding. I've done sensing your own energy field so you can sort out your stuff from other people's. That's really, really important. I've done protection. I've done meet your guardian angel, so you know that someone's got your back and you can see who they are or get some message from them. You can do that as many times as you want. That video's there for you. I know that I need to do a video about the heart, and I know that I need to do a video about connecting to the light, but I want to make it simple for you guys. So I'm going to do that next. I might even combine it. So I'll do that within the next couple of days and get it out to you, but the videos are on YouTube for you, so please enjoy them and use them. Anyway, lots of love. Have a good day, and please know that things are going to turn out okay. Take care. Bye.